a beautiful spring day. It's nice and sunny. It's like 16 degrees out. Fresh snow in the mountains. Just beautiful. And we're heading up to Manning Park. Gonna do a little bit of a snow camp. Two of us are gonna go snowshoeing. Finch, of course, isn't with us because he doesn't like snow, but it's gonna be an exciting time. You're not Mickey.
Hi, it's Gordon Mickey's friend Mike. Those of you who are longtime viewers of Hike and RV may recall that I used to go on a trip with Gordon every spring. We'd go snowshoeing somewhere, but that it has been about 4 years since the last time we did it. There was a pandemic, so some of you will have heard about that. So we are finally reviving that tradition. Gordon and I are on the road. It is indeed a lovely day. We're on our way to Manning Park, and I'm hoping I still remember how to snowshoe, which, as I recall, is more or less putting one foot in front of another.
I'm hoping for good weather.
Those of you who are new to either RVing or hiking may not know the most important thing you have to think to yourself is, where do I buy pie? And on the way to Manning Park, when you're going through Hope, it's here at the home restaurant. Gord has assigned me to set up the camping chairs, which I haven't done before, and I believe it to be some sort of cognitive test. If I can actually do it, then he won't have me put in an institution just yet. Wish me luck. Oh, should we set an alarm for like 20 seconds so we remember to go back?
Icy.
Yeah.
This is actually almost where we parked the first time we camped here.
I remember.
All out in this lot, and we had a beautiful view over here.
Gordon and I are here at Lightning Lake, and in the winter the water level is quite low. In the summer the water level is much higher, and that's how they get the canoe up on the roof of that building at the end of the summer before they lock up the boat shed. True story.
Yeah, nice, clean, large washrooms. And very toasty.
Yeah, this would be a nice change. I remember we used to have to go over to the lodge and sort of give ourselves
A wash in a warm watered sink.
That's right.
Wheat lager.
Wheat lager and Marcona almonds, which I think are very tasty.
Try the beer.
Cheers. Everything tastes a little bit better when you're outside. Delicious.
And I'm going for a table beer.
Cheers.
Salute.
Oh, very good.
Ah, cheers.
Cheers.
Just like summer.
Very nice. I'm cooking tonight. This is the first night, and this is an homage to Mickey, who's a vegan. Neither Gordon or I are vegans, but nevertheless, I'm going to make my one favorite vegan dish that I ever cook, which is like lentils on toast. So I'm going to start by putting a horrendous amount of oil, about 2/3 of a cup, into this pot. Once it's heated up, I'm going to put in what we've already chopped, an onion and a couple of celery stalks and about 10 cloves of garlic, and saute them for about 10 minutes. I'll check back in with you once that's done. Okay, the celery and onion and garlic has been simmering away for about 8 minutes or so. You can see it's softened but not browned. I'm now going to add some smoked paprika, some salt, and some crushed pepper flakes that I've mixed together in advance. And I'm going to stir that in. Okay. And now my red lentils dumping in. I've got a cup and a quarter of water here ready to go, so I'll add that in. Stir it up a bit. I'll let that cook for a moment. Okay, the lentils are in there. I'm now going to add some greens. In this case it'll be spinach, though it could be anything. It could be kale or whatever you like. And I'm just going to lay it on top of the pot and then turn the heat down and let it cook through for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, I've let this cook for about 15 minutes, and it probably didn't need that long because being a camp stove, it actually burns quite hot. So I'm going to squeeze lemon into here and then serve it up. So here's our lentils and greens all ready to go. We're going to put it on bread. If you were at home, you'd probably fry the bread up or toast it and maybe rub some garlic on it. But we're roughing it, so it'll be like this with a little bit of extra lemon for garnish. There we go. I suspect Mickey will probably put this recipe on the YouTube site, but otherwise you could find it by searching for lentils and greens on fried bread. It's a bon appetit recipe originally, though with some modifications. So there we go, bon appetit. Very good. Peach raspberry for me. It's delicious.
Blueberry for me.
Yep.
And our fire built in a puddle. It's difficult to build. We had to build a platform to keep it out of the water.
All right, we're just out for a late night walk. Not wearing snowshoes right now, but we're just out in the lake. And it's gorgeous. Stars. It's just beautiful here. Beautiful morning. It's just about -5. Just gorgeous.
Morning.
Beautiful morning at that, actually.
It is. Pleasant evening in the van. It's always good to give the winter weight sleeping bags a workout.
Even though we had an electric heater going all night long.
We're roughing it.
Yes, that's we're roughing it in the snow.
Yeah. I was saying to Gord this morning, when we started doing trips, we were backpacking into remote locations, and so, you know, doing our cooking on like a little one-burner camp stove balanced on a rock on some snow, you know, using outhouses if they had any, and this all seems very luxurious and very pleasant, and I don't feel much desire to go back to doing it the other way.
Lunch break.
Bread, sausage, cheese, classic lunch.
And a great view.
All right, post-beer hike. Phillips Brewing Snowbird Prickly Pear Wheat Ale.
Yep.
For me, Big Rock Grasshopper, also a wheat ale.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
I remember when chocolate milk was briefly in vogue for recovery, but
Now we have beer and cheesies.
beer and cheesies. That's
Cheese puffs.
That's right. Let's go.
So the offset to our vegan meal yesterday, steak and baked potatoes. Looks good. Steak was just done on our cook stove because I didn't get around to getting the backpack grill out on time.
All right, so Charlie and Jane, two of our viewers, they stopped by. They were camped just a little farther down, and they've got a nice little setup with their van where they have a sort of a tent and a heater. Worked out really well. So they're hardier people than Mike and I believe.
It's important, of course. My husband loves his videos.
Yeah, I love to watch his videos, vlogs, and everything.
Nice to
I
see
follow
him
his
here.
vlogs.
It's so nice when people stop by and say hi.
Yeah.
So thank you. Clean up on last day. So we're done. We just finished our trip at Manning. We were there for 3 days, a couple nights, just great weather. We had a beautiful sunny day yesterday. Not too cold, maybe -5 at night, and the van stayed warm because we had a little electric heater, so we didn't have to run the furnace, which just is a little bit more pleasant. And this is actually, Mike and I were just talking, it's the third time we've taken the van to Manning in sort of like winter-like conditions. I guess technically it's spring. What's interesting about each of the different places we stayed?
You know, with all three of them, they had advantages. I suppose they had disadvantages too, but I think about how nice each one was. So when we actually just parked in the Lightning Lake parking lot, there was the lake. It was right there, and we had it all to ourselves. Lone Duck, what I really liked there was a new shelter.
Yeah, it was brand new.
Oh yeah, and the fireplace, the wood-burning fireplace was fantastic. So that was great, and again, we had it all to ourselves. And then at Skyview, it's pretty luxurious having having hot showers and a heated washroom building and having electrical power and water.
Yeah, I mean, you really know you're roughing it when you're able to run electric heaters and then turn on the microwave to warm up your scones in the morning. It's but I think similar. I enjoyed all three. I mean, Lightning Lake, it feels so, especially like in all the cases, the previous two cases, we were the only people there. So, we were at Lightning Lakes and it just felt wonderful. But there's outhouses and picnic tables covered in snow. When you stay at the Lone Duck, as Mike mentioned, you're camping, in a parking lot surrounded by snow, but the ability to go in and use the hut and have a fire in the stove, it's really nice. I liked it.
The one disadvantage I'll mention was that, ironically, driving into either the Lightning Lakes parking lot or Lone Duck was much easier than driving into the Skyview because there were giant puddles and huge ruts and sheets of ice.
The kind of irony that the two more rustic locations were much easier for us to drive and park in than actually the Skyview campground, but it was fine. Yeah. And so I really enjoyed the trip, and we were lucky again yesterday when we were out snowshoeing. We did see a couple other people, but maybe 4 or something?
Yeah, 4, and that was just enough to have pleasant conversations with people.
Yeah, no, it was pleasant. So it was like we were out in the wilderness by ourselves, which was a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you next time.